Well, unfortunately, I want to say the same, but I still am cheering on the underdog. I'm hoping for a surprise.
I'm with you, Butters. All right. Well, gentlemen, it's over to you. Enjoy the matchup. It should be a good one indeed. Take it away.
All right, we're going to kick this off with one new players from Authority since we're not as familiar with them. Give them a little of the spotlight for a moment. We're going to jump on board with Madzy from Authority, and right off the bat, he's going to be pushing over towards Whitehall.
And right now, he does see a player in Whitehall. I don't know exactly who that was. You see Musa already putting some shots, but it looks like he got taken down real fast. As we're going to go on board with Kratos, as unfortunately something's been going on. But let's just stick on board with Madzy in the meantime as he does respawn. There is a player taking camo as we speak, and he's going to show himself. It was straight sick as he takes down Madzy yet again. That's going to be a second death for him within the first 25 seconds of this match. We're going to be
That's a rough start, yeah.
We're going to be going for the third death here in a row. Going to be re-challenging Musa A on the connect, not the connection, excuse me, on the mini bridge here as he's going to make his way toward camo. There is a player on Tower 2, and he's going to get taken down at Big Dwarf yet again.
One thing I want to point out is we just noticed how many kills we saw from eRa. They got so many kills, but during that entire time, they went for BR base. So as I talked about that unorthodox setup here from eRa, they were happy to give up basement, grab BR base, and then they went back over and acquired base for the trip cap. Straight sick, finally falling down. We'll jump on with a new gun, Neptune.
All right, and here we are. We are on board with Neptune as he's going to be going toward basement. He is going to be fighting Musa, but he does have a teammate to watch his back. That's going to be another kill going down as he's still not getting contested. This could be a first point for them. They are losing BR base at the meantime, and they don't get the first point, so we could still see a potential 100. Oh.
Yeah, look how odd this is. In most cases, when a team has a full source set, full control, they usually give up BR base first because they're going to allow the opposing team to spawn in bunker. They don't feel as threatened from bunker spawns compared to something like Carbine. So in this case, you see eRa, they're happy to let them spawn over at Carbine, and they have these weird setups that tends to work for them, but it's quite odd because, like I talked about before, it's subjectively better to spawn outside compared to in bunker.
Yeah, and right now, Madzy is going to be going in here onto the back Carbine. There is a player. It's going to be Straight Sick, going to be getting tag teamed here, but it looks like Straight Sick is going to win that 2v1 as he's going to take down the kill. Now he's going to have a scatter shot in his hand. They still do have one stronghold capturing at this point. That's going to be a railgun down as two members from Authority are going to get killed.
Yeah, and I am not sure which one we have going out to program here, if it is the ob screen or if we got this one right over here, but I believe we're jumping now on with Kratos. As you can see his forehead on the screen at the moment, he has that railgun and fighting over in Whitehall, and I think he got a little bit of a backfire there from the scatter shot bouncing off.
All right, so right now we are on board with Musa as he's making his way toward Long Haul. A killing spree already onto him. He's going to be making his way toward the old camo with the railgun. That's going to be another kill as he takes down another player. He's going to be nading Tower 1, trying to get his shields back, but he still has plenty of camo to work with. Well, 5%.
Yeah, he has a little bit to work with. He can get the jump on one last player, and I like this play going for Whitehall. Whitehall is such a strong position. One thing I didn't catch there for just that moment was we did see a point on the board from Authority, so although Gooses, they don't really count too much in like strongholds as far as score goes or in flag either way, but it's still a commanding statement if you were somehow able to get a 100-0 lead. And here we go, once again, eRa going for that BR base. They somehow always prioritize that.
Yeah, it looks like the 100-0 is not going to happen. It might even be a 100-1, but still, these teams are still playing, Authority still playing with 100% passion. They're not wanting to lose. Even though it's 70-1, it doesn't mean the game's over. Something can turn into your favor, and that was going to be a 2v1 as Musa does get taken down. Now we're on board with Flex Rain.
Yeah, Flex Rain and his teammate Madzy were able to take down that player over on the elbow, and look at them working together. They're kind of going with the buddy system. That always works in Halo for the most part, but at some point, if you have too many buddies in the same area, that's bad news.
And I don't want to make out with each other as a cluster luck could happen at a moment's notice. Now we're back on board with the man who we started the game with, Madzy, having the scatter shot. Only one bullet, but he's going to get shut down by a nice melee. Now we're on board with Pipsies. I want to say Pip. I don't know what to, there we go.
Pip Z was having a tough one. We're going to stick with Flex Rain through this respawn, just to give you an idea of the kind of pressure that they sometimes receive right off their spawn. So generally, Carbine, a great spot to spawn, but these players already looking over from Nest, laying down some shots over towards that catwalk area. So what seems to be a great spawn turns into a tough situation right off the bat for these members of Authority.
Yeah, now we're on board with Musa, who has the new camo and the railgun. Only 3 shots to work with, but it's almost a GG. It's 94-3. That's going to be another kill as he gets the base defense. Trying to look for more kills here. It is a triple cap. It's pretty much a GG. Musa stopping that last last stronghold capture.
Yeah, and that was just a dominating performance right there. Just business as usual for this eRa squad. As I talked about before, we both kind of predicted this eRa squad is very strong. So I did not expect either of these games to be too close, but I'd love to be proved wrong here in game number 2.
You know, but if we were to go back to the last game that we just saw in the series, you saw that they lost the stronghold game and they came back and went 50-24 in a Slayer. So it could just be it could be one of their bad game types.
That is true. That is true. Same time too, though, we were also talking about squads like Rami and Goofy and Gabriel. So I mean, like those are some very storied names there. But taking a quick look at these stats, Kratos going 13-5, Straight Sick 9-6. Positive across the board here for the Air Attorney squad, and quite the opposite for Authority.
Pretty unfortunate. Neptune, I have played him I've played all these players multiple times in matchmaking. I feel like the biggest ego is almost going to Neptune. I can feel he's just always super pumped, excited about anything he does in the game. Even if it's a single kill, he is super proud of himself. But that's the motivation you need. You never want to think that you're bad at this game. Always think that you're the best, and you might even play the best.
Yeah, you absolutely always have to have that sort of confidence playing around. None of these teams should be coming out here to this event thinking that they aren't walking away with first place.
And it looks like we might even be going into another Truth Slayer, as Golden Boy said. Same rotation here. Truth Slayer, now that's a game type that's been around the Halo scene for quite a long time. Now, of course, Truth on Halo 5 is a little bit more altered, but everybody plays it the same. It's everybody's fan favorite almost. So, you know, to see Authority win this, it's kind of hard to say, but it's a map that they have played on more likely if they're an old Halo fan. And they know it, and they could possibly even find a route to take down eRa.
I'm genuinely curious as to how many hours I've spent in my life on a map like Truth or Midship. Like, I'm hoping when I die, like, I don't care too much about Afterlife. I just want to see, like, Halo stats, like, lifetime Halo stats when I die. Just like, all right, you spent 7,000 hours on Midship.
Definitely a year of, like, 2 years of your life.
Easily, man, easily. I might not want to look at the KD ratio. Towards later, I'm like, all right, come on, just show me like the Halo 2 and Halo 1 ratios. We can omit Halo 3 and Reach, but yeah, I just want to see my lifetime.
The 5K scrims though, and then yeah. I'll be happy.
Yeah, if there's a Just God out there, there'll be a lifetime Halo stats for me when I die.
And what a mighty stat that's going to be. That's like hundreds and dozens of games. And plenty of games. But like with Kratos, Straight Sick, Musa, these guys have been around for quite a bit of time as well. Probably not as long as far as the pro scene. A lot of these players coming quite new. Kratos came with Enigma 6 early on, had put a great name for himself, being a second place in the World Championship of 2015, excuse me. And 2016, I'm lost on my years and dates.
Yeah, it's 2016, but yeah, these years are flying by.
But still, Kratos, somebody that's been on the scene, he feels super confident about himself, and it's just, he might even think he's the star player, and who knows, maybe he is, but I know that he wants to win this, and he's going to tell his team anything they need to do to get their hopes up.
Yeah, absolutely, and as we talked about Kratos being kind of one of those confident players, he may have certain facets of his game that he needs to work on, but clearly he's been at the top or near the top. But rather than hearing us praise about him, we can hear the words from the man himself. We're going to toss over to one of our great commentators who interviewed Kratos earlier. Walshy here with Kratos, a Denver native. How you feeling today?
Feeling great, man. I can't wait till tomorrow. Play in front of my hometown. It's going to be awesome.
So Kratos is part of eRa. One thing I noticed you guys did to prepare for this event was playing all those legendary cups. How'd that prep you for Denver?
So actually the first 2 cups, Neptune slept through the first one, and then I slept through the second one. So we didn't get to play in those, and then the other 2 we got to second place, and we kind of blew it in the finals both times. But I mean, I think we're prepared. I mean, Straight Rippen's going to be like a top 6 team, and we're beating them or they're beating us barely, so I think we're pretty prepared.
All right, so besides Straight Rippin, is there another squad that you're looking forward to playing in the open bracket at this event?
Yeah, Naded's team. That's always fun playing against Naded, and I was teaming with Claim previously, so I think that'll be a fun match to watch for sure.
All right. So, assuming we make it out open, which I think is a very safe bet for those watching at home, what do you guys expect to get out of the pro bracket and playing in the upper bracket?
It's gonna be. I don't know what to expect this event, honestly, because two of my teammates have never actually scrimmed like a top 4 pro team ever, and that's probably what right away we're gonna play one. So it's gonna be cool to see. But I don't know. I'm expecting like another top 6, top 4 finish from us.
All right, this is it from Walshy. We'll be watching the action all weekend long here at DreamHack Denver. Enjoy. That interview, Walshy, as you see right on your screen right now, we got Kratos, the man who we just interviewed.
Did you just thank yourself?
I did thank myself. I threw to myself and thanked myself from the interview. I was hoping someone would catch that.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job. You did a fantastic job on that part.
Thank you. I mean, I just need a co-caster here to support me, man.
Well, I got your back at any point in time. Now, when it comes down to gamer tags, it makes you wonder the origin of Kratos, origin of Musa, Neptune, Straight, etc. What was the origin for you?
Oh man, mine's a very deep origin. I mean, friends at school would call me Walshy, and so I was like, all right, I'll just add a Y to my last name. So pretty simple as that.
Okay.
What about Butters? Where'd Butters come from? You big South Park fan?
South Park
dude.
fan, of course.
He's one of the greatest
Butters is one of my
characters
low-key favorite characters. Always in trouble for just the darndest thing. Never ever doing anything sweet guy. But yeah, Butters is definitely one of my favorite characters aside from Cartman, everybody's fan favorite. But you know, I always had some people ask me, is this Hines' last tournament, you know, because he's not here anymore, you know? I was like, I don't know if Hines hung up the sticks or not. I think he's just waiting to catch up. all right, that was terrible. I think that was probably the worst joke I've said all day. Probably said one worse yesterday. But, you know, as far as you see all these other players, you still see Nated competing, and as well as everybody else just playing at their best, and Nated's still trying his hardest, and he actually has a pretty good squad to back him up at this one.
Well, here's the thing: is there's a difference between showing up and like competing, and absolutely someone like Nated is competing. He showed up to the last Legendary Cup, I believe it was like Legendary Cup number 3, and I was like, oh, like cool seeing Nated in the scene coming back. Like always wished best for him. He was a teammate I really enjoyed playing with, and a player I got to know outside the game as well. However, like I was like, all right, you know, sometimes it's a little scary seeing players come back after a break. It's like you're not too certain how well they'll be doing. But Nate didn't seem to lose too much of a step. Like a couple times, I was like, all right, yeah, like he's not fully polished right here during this time. But by the second Legendary Cup that I watched him, he was just wrecking shop. So I expect great things out of Nated at this event as well.
And Nated definitely has a good shot. I think he's definitely hands down one of the best communicators in the game. Though, guy is talking consistently.
Yeah, he has his absolute ups and downs with communication for sure. I mean, I think every single player sort of struggles with those moments, but Nate especially, like, yeah, he can be one of those motivating factors, one of those big influences on your team when he is yelling and he is going off. Like, there's nothing more motivating than hearing Nate just screaming out they got double or triple kill. I've never been so pumped up in my life.
And we're going to be going into our next game. It's going to be Truth Slayer. So what are your predictions for this match?
Truth Slayer, man. I guess it's really tough to predict the exact scoreline here because when I think of Truth,
someone's getting you 50.
Yeah, someone's getting a 50. Yeah, I'll predict that. I mean, technically, it could go to overtime, but yeah, I would guess somewhere on like the 50 to 40 mark. So, reason I say that is Truth is one of those game types that sure you can kind of get a snowball lead, get sort of presence on the map, but it doesn't snowball nearly as hard as maps where you have power weapons and like something like when I think of Eden or Coliseum where you can get like sniper rockets and you have a lot of other areas where you can like take cover and stay alive. Maybe eRa will prove me wrong and just make the scoreline a complete blowout, but at the same time I'm expecting around like the 50 to 35 or 50 to 40 mark.
Yeah, and I missed the camo guy, the camo fight. I don't know who it went to. I don't see anybody with camo. It was definitely burned. Right now on your screen is going to be Straight Sick playing for eRa as he's going to be supporting his teammate here on a top blue. Not putting great supportive shots. He's missing quite a bit of everything. Finally getting some shots on a pit, but he's getting contested by a guy, P2. One shot as he's going to stay alive. That's Madsy.
Yeah, Madsy up into ping 2, eventually getting meleeed by Musa. We'll jump on with his teammate Flex Ryan, who is under red. We're going to have to see what he does here. So I'm guessing part of the Z here has to be part of their clue, maybe like, or part of their crew or clan name or something like that, because I'm seeing Pip Z, Flex Rain Z. So we're going to see what these guys have kind of going on outside of their normal authority roster.
Yeah, and that's going to be Madzi still on your screen as he comes off the spawn. That was 3 players down. The score already not looking too good as it's 4-12. Madzi's trying to stay alive, going to be going to P3, but he's going to get taken down before he can go. Straight Six so far probably having all the kills. I'm not too sure how much Straight Six has, but he is definitely carrying the team in kills. All I see is his name on the board.
Yeah, he's in just such a great position. He's also finding these people that like to challenge him, and if you know Straight Six, he's kind of well known for his free-for-all prowess, so players liking to challenge him on a map like Truth is probably not the greatest idea.
Yeah, and just so many players dropping like flies. Each shot would go to him. Kratos is going to be on your screen as he's going to head down bottom blue. Not finding anybody. He does see a player on the radar above the toilet. Nobody there yet. Playing the sneaky, not shooting yet, and he's focusing the one-shot guy instead. That's going to be a huge double kill, avoiding the 2v1 situation as he played that one ridiculously smart.
Yeah, I mean, had he gotten the back smack, that would have obviously played out just slightly better, but end of the day, even though he didn't get the execution that he was hoping for, he still made the best of it, got the double kill and cleaned up. I think it's always important to realize that if you have one of those slight missteps, which you have so many times in Halo where it's like, oh man, I thought I back smacked this person, you hit the person right in the side, you still got to be able to recoup and get those fights.
Yeah, and Pips did shut down Kratos before he could grab the camo, so a good on Authority to lock down the camo time as Pips does have it. He's going to be challenging Straight Six right off the bat, though, not going to wait for an advantage. He's trying to go for blood. I think Straight Six may have teabagged him in the past.
That may have happened. One thing I also noticed right there is Pip Z had a lot of faith in his teammates. He got that player weak over at Car 1, even though Pips could have possibly charged and finished off that kill himself. He had faith that his teammates would hopefully finish it off. Unfortunately, in that situation, I don't know if they did get that kill because I did not see the assist coming up on his screen. The whole point being is you have to have that 15 teammates. You can never just expect that every player that you get weak, you have to hunt down and kill yourself. That's the sort of mentality you need in matchmaking in certain cases.
And right now, FlexRain taking a huge risk to risk that 1v1 fight. You saw his teammate was doing supportive fire, but he still wanted to fight the 1v1 and going to win a bigger one against Musa. That's going to be a killing spree going to FlexRain as they stay alive. P1, the new camo won't be coming up for the next minute, so kind of overstaying his welcome on a P1. Meanwhile, Madzi is going to be getting naded as 2 players taken down from Authority as they get taken down P2.
Yeah, I was going to say, Madzi got taken out by Neptune, so it's kind of a mad world up in pink 2 over there. That's a little rough one as he's not able to hold that area. And every single time we seem to jump on Straight Six, he's been doing such a good job of controlling that pink area and then collapsing in wherever members of Authority are. They're starting to get this scary lead now. I know they've had, I believe, a lead up to 10 or 12 before, but this is starting to get a little out of reach. It's much scarier when it gets close to the end of the game because this is an objective. You can't basically get unanswered points throughout the rest of the game. A squad like eRa are going to be smart enough that if Authority start to get control and start to make their way back, they're going to put themselves in positions where they can get trade kills. It's going to be so tough to go like a all 4 down Authority without having any return kills.
And that's going to be 3 down for Authority, but look at the sword coming from eRa. They're all over the map. Straight Six was just top blue. Notice that 4 players were top red, and it looks like he's going to win that sticky trade as he does get taken down. But right now, Kratos does have the new camo. He has about 75%, so a lot to work with. Already doing the smart plays. He does take down Pip, who doesn't get the lunge onto the camo guy as he's going to get taken down. Does put some more supportive fire. Not afraid to show his position as long as it's a team shot from across the map, and that's all Kratos is trying to do. He's in it to win it.
Yeah, that was a really interesting point out right there. As on that far side of pink, when he was shooting someone at, I believe it was red pink, he was not afraid to shoot across the map because he noticed his teammate was also firing in that location. Whereas when he saw a glimpse of a player over at car side red, he did not shoot immediately because he did not have cover fire. So he just realized, all right, I'm going to help and shoot across the map when it's for a teammate. The rest of the time, I'm going to try to close the gap with that camo, but he's eventually taken down.
Yeah, and right now we're coming down, and another 3 kills on Authority. Make it 4 as a perfect kill going to Straight Six. We're coming to close it as they're looking for the spawn kill out of the bubble, but it looks like he forced it too much. Going to be spawning top blue as he's trying to stay alive. There's a lot of players spawning, and they're just trying to stay alive, but so many people, they just can't break out of the base. It's 48-30. Madzi on a huge double kill, trying to keep him in the game. Kratos is in a 1v1. A triple kill going to Madzi as he takes down Kratos, keeping his team in the game. 32-48. Doesn't look likely, but you never know the impossible. Madzi going off.
Yeah, if the impossible happened, I would be incredibly impressed, but this is going to be really tough. At this point, it's just going to be seeing how many kills they can get without a death each time. So as much as they would like to collapse in over at blue base, it's going to be really tough because every single death is 1 kill closer to the end of the game.
And 35 taken down, and Madzi not able to save his teammate there, but what a comeback. Got a little too hot, but too late in the game. Madzy trying to do his best for the squad, but Straight Sick definitely played out of his mind here.
Yeah, we'll take a look at these stats here in just a moment and see how well he played, because seems like he was just doing a great job going top middle and top pink.
15 kills for him. Straight Sick picking up 13. On the other side, though, Madzy at the end, he added quite a few there. Probably shot up a bit on the Carnage report because of that. That being said, too little, too late, unfortunately, for Authority, as they will be taking a trip to the lower bracket. How did you feel, eRa performed in this matchup here? The results, we expected it, but did you like what you see?
I liked what I saw on Rick Strongholds.
Yeah.
On True Slayer, I mean, it felt a little sloppy. There's going to be times where, sure, you're going to lose control of the map, you're going to take a couple deaths, but it felt like there's plenty of times where eRa had control of the map, and it just felt like they kind of charged because they were in such a commanding lead. And sometimes that's one of the struggles of open bracket. There's going to be times where you have such a strong lead, it's like, all right, you're up like 30-8 or something like that. Are you really going to sit back as if it's like a 49-49 game? Like, no, you're probably going to jump out and challenge and try to 4 or 5 shot the person.
Yeah, they were getting a little bit more aggressive just because they felt like